What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Z Sports and Entertainment. I am Z, coming to you from the basement. Today, AFC North, supposed to get this out last week, got busy, but it's kind of okay that we got it out, after week one. So, AFC North, let's get into it. We're going to pop it off. We're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm not going to spend too much time on the video just because the teams have already played a game. Still not going to put no clips on the video. But yeah, we're just going to talk about the AFC North real quick. Pittsburgh Steelers. They got their quarterback of the future in Kenny Pickett. They seem to be very content with that. He had a hell of a preseason. Mitch Trubisky came through with the big win in week one. That was a crazy ass game between them and the Bengals. If he can play to that level all year, he should be okay. I think Mitch is gonna be all right. I think he has some good talent around him, so we're gonna be able to actually see what he can do. But I like what he did. Najee Harris got a little banged up, scored him a touchdown, played good up until that point. But we all know if Najee Harris can, stay healthy and be in that offense all season, he's somebody who has the potential to put up over 2,000 all-purpose yards. He's a hell of a player, and Mike Tomlin has instilled and entrusted him with that captain role, so he's gonna be a big part of that organization. They got crazy wide receiver depth. Really, their wide receiver depth is ridiculous. Mitch has a lot of options, a lot. You got Chase Claypool, you got George Pickens, you got Deontay Johnson. You got some options at receiver, and then you got Big 8 at tight end, who they're expecting big things from. They're expecting this kid to have a great season, and hopefully he can. Got to talk about the T.J. Watt injury. With him in the lineup, this team could be one of the best defenses in the league. We all know he tore his pec. He looks like he's going to be out about 6 weeks. So hopefully he can come back from that and be the same player, or at least have somewhat of an impact up to that level. Outside of that, the Steelers, they played good week one. Defense, ball hawk, got to the quarterback. Their defense is going to be a headache. And if their secondary can play the way they did against the Bengals, against those three receivers, I think they'll be okay. My season prediction for them is 9-8. But we'll see. We will see. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers going 9-8. We're going to move over to the Cleveland Browns. Quarterback Jacoby Brissett had a pretty decent game against the Panthers in week one, so it looks like he's gonna be okay until Deshaun Watson gets back. So that just is what it is. Browns probably have the best running back duo in the league with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. That's just real talk. They just got to get them on the field more. I like what they did week one. They showed some fullback, running back action. They can split them. They can wide line Kareem up outside if they want. But they got to be able to use those guys, especially with the lack of receiver depth that they have this year. Because outside of Amari Cooper and maybe Peoples-Jones, I don't really see too much upside at that receiver position. You still got Njoku at tight end. You still got I can't think of his backup right now. Jesus. But you got all the components listen. With Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, Jacoby Brissett, who's a game general. He's a game manager. He's someone who you're okay with the game being in his hands. He's not gonna make too many mistakes, but he's not gonna make that big play as well. That's the thing. But with an O-line like that, man, you can run. Seriously, no joke. They have one of the best O-lines in the game. They do. Cleveland's always had one of the best O-lines in the game, even when they were bad. Defense, 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 defense. Defense has to be willing to win games until Ford gets back. Like I said, Jacoby Brissett isn't going to make that big splash play. He isn't going to, do too much and wow you. You got guys like, they got playmakers on defense. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Newsome looks like he's going to be good. Grant Delpit is a dog. I like Grant Delpit from LSU. I just don't like the fact that he went to LSU. But they got playmakers on the defensive side of the ball who are game changers and who could, they can win games. How good will they be? How good will they be? It's the one thing. If Deshaun Watson was playing the whole season, outlook would be a little different. But I got the Cleveland Browns going 9-8, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me 1 second. I'm back. Cincinnati Bengals. We got the Cincinnati Bengals defending AFC champs, defending AFC North champs. Cincinnati Bengals surprised a lot of people last year, and as we can see, week 1, they ain't catching nobody off guard. Joe Burrow had surgery in the offseason, recovered, was able to get, not from playing football, but I think he had something, he had something removed. I don't know. Joe Burrow had some type of surgery this offseason. So in my opinion, he's still getting in the swing of things and getting back in football shape. And I don't think it was too far-fetched for teams, for the Steelers to, figure out, like, okay, this dude's just seriously finna target the big three. But I think Joe Burrow's going to be fine. I think the 4 interception week 1 is okay. I'm not going to say okay, but he'll bounce back. He'll bounce back. Joe Burrow has that it in him that's not going to let him stay down too long. So I think Joe Burrow will be perfectly fine. I really do. I think Joe Burrow's going to be A-okay. Joe Mixon had a hell of a week 1. I think they're going to have to utilize Joe Mixon more than they realize. Joe Mixon is a playmaker running the ball. He's a playmaker catching the ball. And he's somebody who can take a lot of pressure off of Joe Burrow and those receivers. You got some new linemen. Let them work. It's not really too much to say about, Chase, Higgins, and Boyd. We know what they do. We know what they bring. My only thing with the offense is just don't be so predictable. They were very predictable week 1 against the Steelers. And you like I said, you're not catching anybody off guard no more. People know what Jamar Chase can do now. It's not a question if he can catch the football anymore. T. Higgins, we know. We know. You sign some new offensive linemen, use them. You got Hayden Hurst in there, use him. Let him take some pressure off these guys. And not that the defense played bad, but the defense has to be better. They have to be better. They have to be able to, keep the offense out of shootouts. You got to be able to, limit teams to 24 and under. If you can limit teams to 24, even 27 with the firepower you have on offense, limit teams to 27 points and under, and you will be fine. You got Sam Hubbard. You got Trey Hendrickson. You got Logan Wilson. You got Jesse Bates. You got an arsenal of corners. Again, you got the potential and the makings to be a great, not great, but with that offense, what looks like a great defense. My season outlook for the Cincinnati Bengals is 10-7. I have the Cincinnati Bengals going 10-7. Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson. They could not come to terms on the deal. Reports were that he passed up on I think it was a 6-year, 290, 140 guaranteed, 160 guaranteed, something like that. Listen, the man wants a fully guaranteed contract. And I don't blame him. He saw another African American quarterback who didn't play football last season and who's facing 20 plus sexual allegations get $240 million guaranteed. He saw that. That's also coming from a quarterback who doesn't have an MVP. You know what I mean? Lamar Jackson has a very compelling case. He does. He has one of the highest winning percentages since he's taken over that offense. He's won MVP. He's taken that team to the playoffs multiple times. Him and the head coach have an amazing relationship. That offense is built around him. That team, that city, he defines what Baltimore, Maryland is. He a dog. Like, you can't allow him to go somewhere else and bring that city a Super Bowl. You can't. Lamar Jackson's gonna ball out this year, and in my opinion, it's just gonna be the next excuse. I don't see this deal getting done in Baltimore. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it getting done in Baltimore. Back to the team. Ravens have great running back depth. They've always had great running back depth. I'm ready to see J.K. Dobbins run the football again. Missed him last season. I think Rashad Bateman is going to emerge as one of the best young receivers in the league. We saw a glimpse of that in Week 1. He has the ability to take the top off of defense. Mark Andrews, I feel like that connection between him and Lamar is only going to get stronger, especially with Hollywood Brown getting out of town. They got the potential to be on some like Phillip Rivers, Tony Gonzalez. I mean, not Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates type deal. Like, I like it a lot. The offensive line has to protect Lamar. You gotta protect him. You gotta protect that man. Protect Lamar Jackson's, good things gonna happen. Defense, they got a lot of potential. Defense has a lot of upside. They got vets. They got youth. They got guys who are coming off injuries who can make plays. Like, that defense is good. I mean, they can be good, man. They're good in all phases. You got the run stoppers who can fill the gaps. You got the guys who can contain the edge. You got the speed and the physicality up the middle. You got what you want, man on man. You want zone. What you want? I mean, the Ravens are a damn good team. The Ravens are a damn good team, and I have them finishing the season at 11-6, winning the division. You put them in another division, maybe the South. You put them in the South, it's a good chance they might be going 13-4, 14-3 type deal, in my opinion. Ravens are a good team. Ravens are a very good team, and they know who they are. They got a lot of the same components over the last couple of years, kind of like the Bills, who I feel like are just one step closer to putting it together. That's my outlook on the AFC North. Ravens 11-6, Bengals 10-7, Steelers 9-8, Browns 9-8. I appreciate you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. I see y'all later, man.